We're in today with the GTS 450. This is a 2010 video card from Zotac. It's got 192 shaders, 1 GB of VRAM DDR3 running with 600 MHz on the core clock, 667 MHz on the memory clock, 128 bits bus width, and today we're going to pair it up with this i7-6950X with 10 cores and 20 threads. This is the Zone Edition, a fanless GTS 450. I think the best thing we can do for it is just jump in a couple of games and see if the temperature is holding. I have a small case fan here. I have a small case fan here that I can connect this onto the main board, and if the video card is not holding the temperature properly, I will just slap it on the back of the video card and connect this fan, because sometimes I need a little cooling in order for the video card to stay on the right temps. Sometimes the video card like this is installed in a PC that has special venting system in order to cool this video card, maybe from the side that is pushing some air. But in this case, I think it needs a fan on the side, or I don't know, somewhere, in order to keep the video card cooled. Let's jump in a couple of games and see how it holds. Let's start with Battlefield and see how it's running with... I'm going to the settings, bro. Let me go into the settings and see how I got a 720p here with low details. This is my generic resolution today to see if it's holding okay-ish. So I started the game and I tested a couple of times and I had some problems, and I put a fan. 720p, low details, and I got 60 FPS. Not bad. 900 megabytes of VRAM allocated and 487 processed. I got maximum performance from this. I'm gonna lie, it's not a bad performance from this on 720p. On the CPU side, I got like 15% load on the CPU side with 6.5 gig of system RAM, 9.2 gig of virtual memory. It's holding okay, but 720p apparently it's maximum that I can do here. I have to repeat it again because it's very important. I put a fan on the back of the video card because I wanted the video card to be cooled. There's no discussion, the performance in the game, it's fantastic. I love the idea that this video card is offering here, fanless. I tested the game with this video card before, and I had around 75 degrees. After playing a little, 75 degrees, that was the best performance I got thermally from this. In some cases, you can see the video card is doing very nice with 80 FPS. It's reaching 60 FPS easy, you know, it depending on the zone, but if you're not in the right direction, you're not gonna hold pretty well. If we're jumping in Fortnite with this video card, you're gonna see that it's holding okay-ish theoretically. 720p, 100% render scale here, and it's got some very interesting performance. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's holding okay. Temperature-wise, 50 degrees with this, it's okay. I played the game a little, you know, and actually it was performing really hot without a fan. I put a fan in the back, and now everything is good. It stays around 50 degrees. Now, without a fan, I think it's gonna get hot. I want to try it, but I don't want to try it because at the same time, and actually see, it's kind of cool to see this video card running with this so many FPS, and I love it. Seriously, love the performance it's offering here. All right, let's see what we got. It's very snappy. I got 65 FPS on average, and it's doing a fantastic job. Really, it's a fantastic job. Sometimes it's dropping to 40 FPS. That's not okay. In order to get that, I think I have to go with 75% render scale. Let's put 75% render scale here and see how we got. Now we're gonna get 100 FPS on average, and maybe we're gonna get better FPS as an average. I don't know. I wanna see. Seriously. 900 megabytes of VRAM allocation, 672 megabytes process. So in a way, the video card is doing the job. I got under 10 ms in this situation with this GTS 450 in Fortnite. I can actually see sometimes it's spiking, but not too much. But if it stays like this, with this amount of performance, after I put it on 75% render scale, you can actually see I got like 61 minimal and 56 on 1%. Very, very playable. Feels very okay-ish. Now, if you ask me, I think this is actually playable. I played with less performance and I still managed to get the right position in the game. Now, if you want more FPS from this, you have to slide the knob there with 3D render resolution in order to get more FPS. But it's possible on 720p to make this game run perfectly. Maybe you can put it on 1080p and go like 40% render scale. I'm gonna get the same thing. 70 FPS is not that bad from this. I'm very disappointed with this game, seriously. I put 720p here with this video card and I'm trying my best to actually have playable FPS. 25 FPS. Apparently the game was updated in such a way that it's got FSR and performance mode and stuff like that. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I wanted to come into the game and show you how it's performing. Apparently, this is not a very ideal situation. Back in the days, this game was running with hundreds of FPS with a video card like this. And I was like, okay, I will come here into this. I'm going to show you how it's performing, seriously. But apparently, it doesn't work really nice now. Seriously, I'm a bit disappointed with this game and this video card, seriously. I mean, the video card itself is not bad. Theoretically, you can put a couple of interesting games and it will run really nice, but in this case, you can see it's not very ideal. Very bad performance. On the system side, I got like 15% load here, 10.9 gig of system RAM. 10.9 gig of system RAM for a game like this shouldn't be utilizing too much system RAM like in this case. But with 99% load, you can actually see it's almost there. It's not very bad, but not the greatest, to be fair.
We might win this. Yes, we're right through their
That was easy, seriously. With 30 FPS to win the game? Alright, let's jump into Black Ops and see how it's running with 720p and lowest quality. Dude, this is insane, you know, to actually see this performance running like this. Come on, get out, you plonker. It does the job in this case with lowest quality. If I want more from this, I have to go low resolution because the quality is already low. So in a situation like this, you can see that you don't have a lot of options because of this computer. I mean, because of this video card, you know, 170 watts. It's kind of a lot, you know, for a video card like this with this computer. I mean, the computer itself is consuming a lot of water, so I can't say too much from this. But I'm sitting on this ramp like I'm in World of Tanks, you know. It's like a gun depression, and it's gonna skid the bullets off from me. No, I keep forgetting that. Seriously, I've done a test before I started recording, and I've seen the video card reaching like 75 degrees, you know, and it was not funny. 75 degrees and it was not okay, and I was like, okay, I want to show you the temperature, but at the same time I'm like, you know what, I don't want to ruin the video card and cook it and reflow it. I want to see it. Where was he? Damn, look at that in auto aim. Does a fantastic job here with this game on actually giving me the right FPS. I got 683 megabytes of VRAM allocated, and in this situation you can see it's holding okay theoretically. It does the job, you know, on actually delivering some content with it. Like 300 megabytes of VRAM processed, maximum load in this case. But it's holding. On the system side, I got like 6.6 gig of system RAM with 7.4 gig of virtual memory. Not a bad performance from this, seriously. Very wonky performance in World of Tanks. Let me show you why. I got 3D resolution here with 60% on 1080p with low quality. I mean, it does the job, it runs, you know, but very... Damn. It's very low quality because of that render scale. The only way I can fix that is by putting low resolution with 100% render scale, but I can fiddle with that, and there is a lot of how shall I say, room for improvement if I want more. Why I put 60% render scale? Well, look at this. From sniping, I got like 50 FPS on average, and it's not okay, you know. This is a GTS 450. I'm not the greatest video card, you know. Back in the when we started, what, I had a 560 or something like that. That was like the video card for our choice when it came to World of Tanks. So 560 Ti versus a 450, not that great, you know, when you compare them one by one. Nevertheless, this is how it's running. I think lowering the resolution will be more advantageous for me, but on the system side, I got like 15-20% load on the CPU. Not a big problem. I got 8.5 gig of system RAM utilized. It's okay, and all in all, I can say there is room for improvement, but I have to move the render scale a little higher if I want more quality. In Warframe with 720p and lowest quality, I got like 58 FPS here. Seriously, this is interesting. I'm actually curious. I don't want to mistake the 720p, brightness, quality preset low. Everything is turned off here. Seriously, nothing. Improved DirectX for borderless. I don't think that has something to do with the 60 FPS. What the? Oh, 70 FPS. Okay, 80 FPS. Shut the front door. Okay, it's working now with 720p. This is interesting. I didn't thought that one button as a preset is gonna influence my performance. What the I got nearly 900 megabytes of VRAM allocated here. It's doing a fantastic job. Very surprised that the video card with that fan is holding pretty well now. I'm not joking. I didn't want to let that fanless video card run without the fan. Seriously, it looks and it runs fantastic, you know, but in some specific games. But now with this, it would have been horrible. 30 FPS drop when there's so many NPCs here. Okay, that's not okay. 32 on minimal apparently, with 33 on 1%. I mean, I like this idea, this game it's offering here, you know, with this. But sometimes it's not that great. Look at this. So Warframe with this on 720p is possible. I think that if you customize a little the resolution, maybe with some 1024 or a little lower on the resolution, you may have a standing chance with different type of performance. Because now I'm around 60. It's not bad, but it can be a little better. I want to play Dota. Can I play with this 450? This is very important for me. So I put the quality on the lowest, 720p, because it took the resolution from the desktop. And I want to see, does it run? Seriously. Okay, so I got 150 FPS here. I want to average this because it's the lowest quality. You can actually see. It feels like Farlight back in the days, you know. It's like Farlight managed to be now a big potato, a big slug that doesn't work really nice apparently. But Dota managed to keep this, and it's working really nice with this, and it's a fantastic experience in my eyes, seriously. So if I'm interested on playing the game with a video card like this, I have to put 720p with the lowest quality, and I get nice FPS. It feels very snappy. You know, frame time is good, it's under 10, so if I want more than this, you can see that it's possible on getting some nice farm here, and maybe we can actually see Mars jumping. Look at that, managed to get him, What an awesome thing, seriously. The FPS managed to drop 37 on minimal and 38 on 1%. That's not okay, seriously. What the? He managed to use a refresher on a now blood. Bro, he's insane. What an awesome play with Mars. What the fuck? He's got like sight of vice. Bro, the FPS 37 on minimal, and he didn't use the VRAM too much. Hear me out, GTA 5. I got 720p with normal details, and I got like 30, 40, 50 FPS. What the heck is going on here? But it's not good, you know, but the VRAM is allocated at maximum. I got maximum core load. I'm very grateful for that fan that sits in the back of this video card because it's cooling the video card, but it makes a lot of heat in the room, seriously, this fanless video card, or maybe the whole computer, because it doesn't matter. it doesn't matter. It's not safe for this video card to reach 80 degrees, you know. I don't want it, you know. I don't want it. I will do other tests. I want to test other games in the future with this video card, and I will write the games that I managed to play today, and the ones that I'm going to play, I'm going to limit them, you know, to 60 FPS and output the best performance. Maybe I'm going to distress the video card, but let's say with 40-60% load only on the core. I want to play some older titles, because here you can actually see it's maximum on 100% load on the core. That means if I release the temperature from the fan, it's gonna heat up so bad that it's gonna cook the video card's core, you know. 75 to 180 degrees is not a good idea for this, you know. A Fermi video card with that temperature, aside from the 480, I don't know a video card that runs with 80 degrees normally. Usually the Ferminator series are well known to stay between 70 and 80 in some situation, but it's not very ideal. I think this one doesn't have a metal shroud on top of the chip, and it's connected directly with this one. I don't remember. I should have recorded that thermal paste swap, but yeah, I think it's a very ideal situation to have 50 degrees on this occasion. But it's this with a normal small fan case, and it's put in the pin on the main board. It's not even on the Molex, you know, to put it on to 3000 RPM, because usually that type of fan will go super fast, and I have to zip tie it to the video card in order to keep it fixed there, or use some clamps in order to not let it fly to the case. Seriously, I don't want to go online, because in this situation you can actually see it's got less than 60 FPS, so online you're gonna have bigger problems with the CPU and the GPU in this case. Let's play Crossout with this on 720p with performance mode. I want to see how this game is running with this video card. I put everything on lowest quality because that's the only way I can get playable FPS. If I want playable FPS, you can actually see it doesn't look that pretty. This game has a lot of shadows and lights and effects and performance, how should I say, based on the hardware that you have, you know. But whenever you don't have a good video card, you can actually set it up in such a way with ultra low quality, and can get some nice performance. 983 megabytes of VRAM allocated in this case. Is doing the job when it comes to allocation. Performance, it's good because it stays around the 20%. Look at that. That's not okay. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Yep, I'm dead. And the FPS dropped to 43 FPS with 43.1%. 58 FPS on average is not that bad. It looks like it's holding its ground. Memory is maxed out, allocation is maxed out, 676 process. Under 200 watts, it's okay with this computer, but the system doesn't jump in and say, you know what, I'm gonna take the load from this, but it's 110% load on the CPU side. 7.2 gig of system RAM and 8.6 gig of virtual memory. It's writing on there, but it doesn't, it's not fully loaded. I like this attitude this video card and this computer is offering here. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a fascinating video card, but I had to put the fan in the on the back of the video card in order to keep it cool. It was not necessary, but at the same time I wanted first to stay with a cool video card. Let me explain why. So first off, I done a benchmark, and I started playing Battlefield, Fortnite, Farlight, World of Tanks, all of the games that I played today, and I realized my memory was locked to half. So I had 300 megahertz on the memory and 400 on the core of the clock. I don't know what was wrong with it. I installed the drivers, I gave it a restart, I disassembled, I took down the drivers, I installed the drivers again. It went for a while, then it didn't work and the clock stopped. It's like clock on the memory and the core was stuck in such a way that it was like an old engine that tried to start, and the moment it started, it became self-sustainable. Nevertheless, now it's working. You know, he managed to see that the game was doing a fantastic job. You know, but I had horrible performance in Fortnite. Barely 60 FPS. I had to put 50% render scale there with 720p with everything on low details. So I played the game there. I had horrible averages, some spikes here and there. And the funny thing is, even with that low quality and low performance, the video card managed to offer me there with half of the frequency on the memory and 400 megahertz on the core. Dude, I managed to win the game there. And I was like, what the fuck? I managed to win with this potato of the video card, the game. And I was like, okay, that was interesting. Nevertheless, it was okay. You know, it was a very educated about this video card that I have to pay attention to the frequency on the core and the memory. Sometimes it gets stuck and I didn't know. Maybe I was judging the video card. Sometimes it's not working and I don't know. And I was like, oh, this video card is bad. No, it's just poorly optimized. I remember a couple of times I had to fiddle with the memory frequency and the clock frequency in order to core frequency in order to get the right balance in between them. I remember that I have to do this when I do SLI with all video cards like this in order to have them on the same frequency. If not, they are crashing and artifacting. Nevertheless, I liked it. I think this is a good video card that I want to test more in the future. It's a passive, cool video card that is ideal if you want to build a very interesting machine. It would be very nice to have a video card like this in a media machine, you know, where you watch movies, you got Netflix or whatever, and you're using the computer just for HDMI and DVI or something like that. And this one has it, and it's a very interesting video card to have there. If you're interested on having an old machine and you don't need it with fan, quite good, you know, but you have to limit the FPS in such a way that if you put, let's say, medium to low quality and you can limit it to 60 FPS, then the video card is not going to be hot, depending, you know. I have to play with different type of thermal paste because I don't know if it's influencing this one, because I put new thermal paste on it, and when I done the first run in Battlefield, I done it without the fan, you know, and I seen the video card reaching 75 degrees. That was the moment when I done the test, when I had low clocks. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna use an case fan on it. I'm gonna put it to the pin on the main board, and I'm gonna put it in the back. I don't need it to be with high RPM. I think it's under 1000, a couple of hundreds RPM per minute, you know, very low RPM, and it's gonna be just a little touch. And like this, he managed to see that is cooling very efficiently, very efficient radiator with just a little fan. And I'm 100% sure the environment this video card had the fan on the side, and that airflow managed to create a nice ambient temperature for this video card. Because now my computer is open air, I have no fan on it, and if it was enclosed with a nice airflow, this video card will be fantastic. And that is 100% how it was designed. So yeah, I like it. They are very cheap. They're like stupid cheap, this type of video card. And if you can manage to find purpose to a video card like this, there is no discussion. You are the winner in this case, you know. You're looking at a 450 today, a GTS 450 from 2010, yeah, 15 years ago. Yeah, 15 years ago. And if you can give purpose, you can find a game, you can make a nice machine with this, you won. Because you don't have to invest in a new machine. I like it, I recommend it, they are cheap, and if you have any suggestion in the future with my old machine, where I will going to put this video card with some old games, leave a comment, smash that like button, and as usual, I will see you very soon.